Okay, hey everybody, if you don't know me, my name is Gina, and today I wanted to come up here and talk about my experience using GLP-1 medication, so weight loss shots and weight loss medicine. Honestly, being on this journey now for about 6 months to a year, it has been hard to find like other creators and influencers who talk about it, especially while on their journey. So I just wanted to go ahead and create this video, so I hope it helps you guys out there. And I do have notes written down, so if you see my notebook or me reading off of this, I just wanted to like list everything out that I think is very important for you guys to know starting your journey. First, I wanted to touch on how I actually found out about GLP-1 medication. And that was actually because I have a pituitary tumor. It's located right here in my head, and it really causes like a lot of stress on my hormones. And then in my early 20s, at 23, I was diagnosed with PCOS. So losing weight has just been very hard for me, and getting older, yeah, I will say it has been way harder than it was years prior. But with that, I do see an endocrine specialist about 6 months, and I was just kind of informing him of the difficulties I am having losing weight. My blood work was really good, so it wasn't an issue there. I was in the gym at that time pretty regular and focusing on a good diet, but nothing was budging for me. In fact, I was actually gaining weight. So that's when he brought up Semaglutide, which is a weight loss injection shot. And he said that's something that, in people in your circumstances could be a really good option. Now, why I didn't get prescribed right then and there on Semaglutide was because I had state insurance. You have state health insurance, automatically they don't cover weight loss medication. So from that conversation, I was kind of left on my own, which will bring me into next. So what is semaglutide? Because I know it's not as popular as other options you heard of, like Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, stuff like that. So semaglutide is a GLP-1 injection. It reduces your appetite. It makes you feel full longer. And an important thing to know with these GLP-1 medications is it helps your body produce more insulin to reduce your blood sugar. So that is why you see a lot of diabetics getting on this, such as Ozempic. And then Wegovy is specifically for weight loss. Now, the other medication I was on for weight loss is Contrave. Contrave is not an injection, it is actually a pill that you take. And it is different than like the GLP-1 medications or weight loss injections because it is a combination of propurpin. I'm not a doctor, so again, I will include a screenshot, but this is just my notes, which is an antidepressant medication, and naltrexone, which helps with any type of addiction. And they combine those two medications, and with research, they learned that this could really help with poor eating habits. So if you overeat, binge eat, having an eating disorder, that is why they prescribe this, because it does kind of help treat food addiction and eat more mindful. And it also is supposed to suppress appetite, or at least make you like not have as much as an appetite. So those are the difference between the two. On the semaglutide shots at the lowest dosage was pretty good. I didn't have any crazy side effects. I definitely felt the appetite suppressant. Usually I would feel it the first 3 days after I took the shot, and then the rest of the week my appetite would kind of go back to normal. But again, that is at the lowest dosage, so I can't give it too much flack there. At the end of the 4 weeks, I did lose 5 pounds, which I was happy with because it was some type of progress. But once I got off the shots and didn't continue them, that weight was easily gained back. So that's just a warning there. And then I will say the negative about using Groupon or going through like these weight loss clinics or many spas. After you go up a dosage, just be prepared to see an extreme price increase. To be perfectly honest, in this economy, that is just something that I don't have, and I know a lot of people don't have either. So definitely do your research before jumping into that, because that did set me back months, because I just couldn't afford the next dosage. This shifts me into my journey and me starting Contrave. Again, it had been a few months down the line, and again, just struggling with weight. I felt like I was back at square one. And I started talking to my primary care doctor. And I started talking to her because I had seen the weight loss medication, Phetermine, and that was something that we were discussing. But because I do have a history of like heart issues in my family, we decided on going the route of Contrave, which again doesn't really address hormone issues or like diabetic issues with blood sugar, but just strictly overeating, and just getting more control of your food. And Contrave, I will say, is a way more affordable option, and usually an option that you're more likely to be qualified for with your insurance. Even some doctors prescribe the two medications that are in Contrave to use separately, so you can get that covered by insurance. Now, how Contrave works is it is a pill, and you increase the dosage of the medication each week you are on it. So the first week you would just take one pill every day. The second week you would take one pill in the morning, one pill in the evening. Week 3 you would take 2 pills in the morning, 1 pill in the evening. And then week 4, which is the dosage you would continue on, is 2 pills in the morning, 2 pills in the evening. And I will say the side effects on that were pretty harsh compared to what I faced on the lowest dosage of semaglutide. I felt very irritable. I definitely felt like terrible migraines, nausea. And overall, I just really did not feel the medication actually helping me compared to what I felt on semaglutide. I did not feel that appetite suppressant. There were periods of time where I just didn't have the desire to eat. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like mentally it still didn't help me overcoming like eating food when it was my lunch break. Even if I wasn't hungry, because it was my lunch break, I still ate. Dinner time, even if I wasn't as hungry, I still ate because it was dinner time. As for with semaglutide, even if I was eating, because I got full faster, and with that appetite suppressant, I wouldn't even be able to finish that meal versus with Contrave. Another thing with Contrave, a lot of people report that it does take 4 to 16 weeks for the medication to fully kick in. I was on it for about a month and a half, so I did not hit the full 16 weeks, but because of the side effects I was facing and not seeing any results, I did not want to continue with it. If you feel like your main problem is just eating, I will say once I weaned off of the Contrave pill, I can reflect back and say that it did give me more control and mindful thinking of what I was grabbing to eat, instead of just rushing to grab something because I was hungry. But outside of that, I would say it was no big change in me. Today, I am back on semaglutide, and I am at the second dosage, which is 0.5 milligrams. And this will be my 3rd week on that dosage. I will say I'm already down 5 pounds, which I am very happy about. Basically from doing my own research from Reddit, from the semaglutide groups, the Contrave groups, the PCOS groups, I found the company Alchemy Wellness, and I will not say like they are super like a cheap, but compared to other places, I will say they are definitely more affordable. option if that is the route you want to go on. Currently at my dosage, I paid $250 for my month of shots. Now, I will say, since I am on a larger dose, the side effects have been very, very, very harsh. Throwing up, nausea, those are just the main two, throwing up and nausea. And a lot of people do say the first month is the hardest. And I could definitely make a separate video of learning things that have been helping me. You could also go and talk to the doctor there, and they could prescribe you Zonafram, which helps with the nausea as well. But that is probably an additional cost. If I continue with the nausea, I will probably talk to the doctor and get that, because it's something I do want to continue, especially because I am seeing really great results. But I think a part of it is also me making better decisions. And like I said, I will get into a separate video with just tricks and tips I have learned so far to help with those symptoms. But you could also go ahead and look into peptides, which is something I also found. Basically, that is where you are mixing your own dosage of the semaglutide to give yourself. And honestly, it does seem like a very affordable option, but that is something that you are definitely going to have to research and, you know, learn a lot about. And I just feel like where my mind state is right now and everything going on in my life, that I take on that burden. But I definitely recommend, if you are looking for something even more affordable than the Alchemy Wellness in that price range I provided to you right now, definitely go ahead and do your research, get in those Reddit groups, those Facebook groups, and just learn as much as you can, because the prices are like $75 to $100. So that is something really good long term. But yeah, besides for the nausea, I am just happy to get back on track. I am also trying to eat a healthier diet, of course. And then I am getting back into the gym. And that is something I definitely recommend if you are taking weight loss shots, because of the rapidness of the weight loss. You could lose a lot of muscle as well. So going to the gym kind of helps you keep that muscle on your body, so you don't have that extreme like sagginess and like dead look to you. And again, I could also make workout videos as well. And if you want to follow my journey more closely or on the daily, definitely subscribe here and follow me on my TikTok page, because I do make updates more frequent on my TikTok page. And that is at G the Explorer. But I definitely hope this video has helped you on your journey. Definitely leave a comment below so we could all be a resource for each other. Because like I said, me being on this journey for a year now, it has been hard to find information. So I definitely want to be a vessel for that for you guys. Well, thank you so much, and make sure you subscribe.